Minister Robson Ben, Commissioner of Police, Chief of Staff, Deputy Commissioners, Mrs. Keith, Omar, National Security Advisor, former commissioners, head of KANU, head of the Other Services, Fire, Prisons, the chairman of the Private Sector Commission. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
We should have had breakfast after. And based on response, that is how you eat. So Watts would have been eating anything this morning. So let me first of all say, I'm pleased to be here this morning. I'm pleased for many reasons. When I assumed office, I saw, very frankly, a strange divide between the joint services of this country. And I set out fundamentally to bridge the gap and to integrate all our men and women in uniform. I must say, at the highest level of leadership, there has been great integration. So in the first year, we can say there has been a genuine effort to work together and to bridge that gap. It is up to you in this room now to ensure that it's taken to the next level. The commanders of the Army, the police, at the regional level must also work together and share this relationship. And it's very important for crime fighting. It's very important for personal development and for networking. It must not be difficult for a commander in the police force to call a commander in the army. It must be a natural relationship. So that is the first challenge we go into the new year with. And on that note, let me pause to wish all of you here and your families, and by extension, every member of the force and their families, Christmas that is not only merry, but a Christmas that is reflective on our own lives, that is reflective on our own shortcomings and our own positives, but more importantly, a commitment personally from all of us to be better than we are, to strive to be better and to contribute better to our families, first and foremost, to our communities and to our country. And to wish you a new year that comes with good health, renewed vigor, and commitment in service. Only yesterday in Mambaruma, I told the soldiers, my greatest asset are the men and women in uniform. Because in your training, you are supposed to be the greatest patriots of this country, because you have sworn to lay your life and bones on this shore if it is necessary for the protection and safety of the citizens in this country. So inherently in your attitude and your value system is patriotic thinking and national thinking. And I depend on you the most to take the message of One Guyana, but more importantly, to live the message of One Guyana. You are my greatest asset and ally in building this One Guyana. And we will do it. I want to assure all of you that there will come, and it will come very soon, because the obstacles and barriers that seek to prevent it will be ignored. And eventually, the people will triumph above the obstacles. And the obstacles will understand that they're so minimal that the only resort will be to join one Guyana, where all our people will be brothers and sisters and each other keepers in the real sense, in the biblical sense, in the religious sense. We will live the attribute of being each other brothers and keepers. And that should be our goal, and that is the life and example we should live. As commanders, I've seen tremendous effort by some of you to build team, to make the life and environment of those under your command better, to reach out to the private sector, to the community, to build trust. And we must celebrate these accomplishments. I've seen a genuine effort. And we should look right within ourselves and identify those best practices and implement them throughout the system. So it becomes an institutional norm. Today, the Army will be embarking on a new project as part of our National Enhancement Program. And you will see them working on making our medians, bringing our medians up to international standard. As Commander-in-Chief, I'll be leading an effort with the Army, and we're going to include the police force in going out there and lead by example in the cleaning of the city. To make it a point that the city and the cleanliness of our environment, like I said with tourism, is not a political matter. It's a matter that defines us as a people, that defines us as who we are. When sophisticated investors and other persons come in our country and they see the city in that condition, is a reflection on all of us. They go back and say those people in that country are not close to cleanliness. And this has an important role for policing, because the environment in which you operate impacts the way you react. We have excellent policing along Main Street right now, because the environment is there that gives you a sense of respect for the duties you're carrying out. But when you're in an environment with clogged drains that have a stench and garbage along the roadways, immediately it impacts on your positive attitude in carrying out your duties there. It's just human behavior and response to situation. It's psychological. 85% of fighting crime is psychological. It is psychological. The rest is reactive. So, very important too for you to have a good understanding of the development trust of the government. Because your strategies has to be in keeping with that development trust. And the development trust is to make your work easier. So for example, in the new highway that we have from Mandela to Eccles and then on to Diamond, there are certain technological features that will be incorporated in that infrastructure that will help policing. Containerized outposts, speeding cameras that will not only be telling us speed, but will be showing us who is wearing seat belts and who are not wearing seat belts. Then it will give us advanced information. You will be able to type in a particular vehicle number and type that you're looking for, and the system through the cameras will give you detection. And this is a pilot. This will be taken all across the country. We promise you at the annual conference a number of things. So far, we've delivered 50 new vehicles. We have delivered a whole lot of infrastructure in assets to be deployed, 65 bikes. We have just set aside more resources and supplementary provision for 50 more vehicles. We have given a commitment that we're going to replace the engines in some of the Chinese vehicles that are down. We're replacing them with brand new Toyota engines to bring back at least 20, 30 of those vehicles. Because we want to give you the tools to be successful. When you're successful, all of us are safer and all of us can celebrate a bit harder. Success is the name of the game. And I must say that I'm very appreciative of the positive response that we have gotten from the force. I must say that I'm very appreciative of the type of commitment that I've gotten. There are some areas that we have to tweak. And we have to be bold in decision making. We have to take a strategic look at our organizational structure, our operational structure, and come up with the best suited model for a modern Guyana. That is why you're seeing legislative changes. We're looking at a national drone program. We've already deployed some of these in our anti-crime fighting strategies right now in the city. We're working on a plan to utilize our waterways as our first line of defense from a security perspective, utilizing the great assets of our rivers and conservancy to effectively and efficiently manage crime from front and at the back. And we're going to invest in the assets to allow us to do this. And very slowly, but in an accelerated manner, your working condition, your welfare issues, your salaries will be addressed, will continue to be addressed. Because we know that whilst you give of your best, and those under your command give of their best, that you also have to ensure that you give of your best to your families. We have to work on areas that we can support the upliftment of your families. Because that is important too, psychologically for you, when you go out every day in fighting crime and defending our country. Internally, and for the Army, protecting our borders. We are in this together. We are in this together. And that is why one of the important pillars of the administration is education. And I've already spoken to the leadership of the police force, and I said, for every person that is a commander of a branch or division, we would pay in full improvement in their education. Every single rank who's a commander at the branch or district, at the branch or re-divisional level, you must at least pursue a degree. And those of you who already have a degree, next year we're going to enroll you in the master's program at the University of Guyana in Defense Studies. Because we have to ensure we give you the strategic tool, and education is the most important strategic tool. And I further told the commissioner that out of the 250 special awardees at the award ceremony, the top 50 of those will also be given the same educational opportunities. We must not only have a highly talented police force, we must have a highly trained police force with educational tools that is second to none in this region. Second to none. So, I assure you of the government continued support. And let me be very frank with you. Those who have negative attitude and those who seem unwilling to be part of the future of this country by stepping up to your responsibility, sadly, you'll be left behind. Sadly, you will be left behind. And I have no apology in saying this. I am not asking any of you or anyone to be politicians or to love me or love the PPP or love the government. I am asking you to love your country, love your job, and love the people of this country. That is all I'm asking. And if you can't do that, I'm sorry. If you can't do that, I am sorry. The vessel will move without you. The vessel will move without you. That is why we're giving everyone the opportunity to come on board. There's a place for every single person. Let us be smart, let us be strategic, and let us be committed. We have restored the 2 weeks the bonus that you lost. Last year we gave 2 weeks bonus. And I ask you to continue to follow the news. Continue to follow the news because I'm sure that the news will be good. And the bonus, like some people want to believe, is not, I don't want to go back to the past how people describe the bonus because it gets me angry. The bonus is because you deserve it. The bonus is because you have worked hard for it. Don't let anybody ever devalue or undervalue the bonus you receive. It is yours, and that is why the government give the bonus, because we are appreciative. We know how hard it is. It is not easy for persons to turn up every day being criticized or people being negative about them. It is not. But we move forward. We forge ahead. And that is the spirit. So today, the ball continues to be in your court. Play it well, remembering that 90% of the time, you will not score the goal unless you pass the ball around as a team. Thank you very much.